There was a revolt in Patterson today, a student revolt. As Kevin Rosen reports, Joe Clark students are going to bat for the man famous for his bat and bullhorn.
It was right out of the script of Lean on Me, the movie based on the life of Joe Clark. About 500 students from Eastside High School marched on the Board of Education, protesting their principal's recent suspension.
We as students chose to march because we felt that it was wrong.
Clark was suspended for 5 days over a school assembly featuring a sequin dancer who stripped her male partners down to G-strings. When he is not making public appearances, Joe Clark is spending his suspension here at his home in South Orange. He commended the kids for taking a stand today. However, he sent out a message for those who might want to stay out the rest of the week.
I would encourage them sincerely and very formidably to please go back to school.
While most of the marchers stayed out of school today, some of the ones who stayed expressed concerns about Mr. Clark's recent notoriety.
I just go to school, get my education, pull my way through college. It's like mixed feelings. People don't really know what Mr. Clark's thinking or what he plans on doing.
It is that kind of attitude that has prompted Patterson Mayor Frank Graves to ask Clark to give up his outside interests.
It's more important that we take care of the 3,000 kids that go to this school than it is making moving pictures. It is in making any personal money. It is traveling throughout the country.
Is there anything wrong in giving untiringly of yourself to your job and to the system, but in the process, doing something that will enhance your stature, your upward mobility in this society?
Mayor Graves also asked Clark to quit talking in words most people in Patterson don't understand.
I'm really not trying to bring about a mental reviviscence in adults. I'm trying to bring about a mental rejuvenation in young people.
Joe Clark is suspended for the rest of this week, and it's clear someone else is running Eastside High School. This was as close as we could get. No one from the school would talk to us on camera. Not the way Joe Clark would have handled it. Don't they know that's not the stuff that makes movies? At Eastside High School in Patterson, Kevin Rosen, Channel 9 News.
An 11th-hour agreement put overnight before...
Music comedy starring Sybil Shepherd and Robert Downey Jr. debuts at number 4.
Howard, this is Zach Putnam. Zach, this is Howard Simon. He's your host.
Skin Deep more than doubles its number of theaters in its second weekend of release and vaults to 3rd place.
Target human, mission destroyed.
Police Academy 6, City Under Siege, opens at number 2.
Now, when you're destroying your brain cells, you're doing the same thing as killing yourself. You're just doing it slower.
And Lean on Me holds into the top spot in its second weekend. Bill?
When the television show Benson went off the air, the show's star, Robert Guillaume, found himself wondering about his next career move. He found it in the box office hit Lean on Me. Sherry Claypool has more.
This is a chance for us to make some changes.
Change is something Robert Guillaume is not afraid of. That's one reason he liked his role in the movie Lean on Me. Guillaume plays a school superintendent. Morgan Freeman is his friend, Principal Joe Clark. In the movie, the two have some fierce clashes. It's something Guillaume savored.
The truth is that for all your talk and all your crazy Joe routine, what have you ever done? Nothing. You're nothing but an insignificant man. It's like you were never born. Your life hasn't made one bit of difference, and neither is mine.
It had to have a sense of spontaneity about it, and so we didn't really do much of it beforehand. We just sort of came together, and after 2 or 3 swipes at it, we let it rip.
Lean on Me is a true story about a New Jersey principal who turns a failing student body into winners. Guillaume says America needs more Joe Clark.
Perhaps there's a lot more to be done, but at least we have one man in the form of Joe Clark who stepped forward and put himself on the line.
Guillaume put himself on the line after Benson went off the air.
You are not roasting a pig in my living.
The actor was afraid his career might be over.
When the show was finished, I was, worried, as most actors are, that I'm never going to work again, and nobody liked me, and I mean, it goes with the territory.
Success, though, was not a stranger. Besides his part in Lean on Me, Guillaume will star in a new sitcom. And despite the anticipation of his own show's spring premiere, the actor says Lean on Me is a movie he's proud to have been a part of.
We all need somebody to lean on.
Sherry Claypool for CNN Entertainment News, Hollywood.
Demonstration outside the school protesting Clark's 5-day suspension. Clark was censured for allowing a sexually suggestive dance troupe to perform at the school last month. Clark wasn't present at the school during the troupe's appearance and blames his suspension on political opponents. Some of his students agree.
Set him up. Like somebody did it because they knew he wasn't going to be there, so they said, let's get someone to go strip and, you know, get him in trouble.
Clark's tactics at Eastside High have won him much criticism and much praise nationwide. His story is currently the subject of the recently released motion picture Lean on Me. The high school principal, Joe Clark, is standing by outside his home in South Orange, New Jersey now on a live hookup with Live at 5. Mr. Clark, did you have anything to do with orchestrating the demonstration that happened at the school today?
Oh, definitely not. I would be categorically opposed to students doing something that was not indicative of the types of values and tenets I've tried to inculcate into them. I was opposed to that type of demonstration because it takes away from the instructional process. I think most importantly, it was certainly a diligent attempt on the part of my young people to show the nation that they truly admired, respected, and supported their embattled principle.
What about this show that is causing all this controversy and led to your suspension? Do you have any regrets about allowing that show to take place in front of the student body?
Well, I was not at the showing. Of course, I did approve the variety show based upon previous experiences with the producer of the show. I had no indication whatsoever that things would go askew. I state for the records, I state categorically that it was inappropriate, and I believe somehow, sincerely, that that was nothing more than a setup. And I resent that. I'm appalled by it because I'm opposed to anything that's lewd, that's licentious, or any type of orgy. Might I say parenthetically that what has happened here is that a few adversaries have asked for my blood. They've asked for my platter, my head on a platter. Well, they have my blood and they have my head on a platter, and I say it's time for you to stop causing confusion in the school and let me get about business so that our children can get the type of education they're entitled to.
Is that your daughter there with you, Mr. Clark?
This is my youngest daughter, yes.
And
her name is Hazel.
Hazel, can you hear me, or is she not able to hear me?
No, she can't hear you.
Oh, I was just curious what she thought about the fact that her daddy had become so famous all of a sudden across the country and is the subject of this movie.
The questioner wants to know, PC, what do you think about your father being so famous, and what do you think about the movie?
Well, first of all, I love the movie. I think it's a great movie. I love the music, and it made me feel happy, and sometimes I was sad. I love the movie.
Well,
and sometimes it's a little commotion, but I know that my dad is trying to do good, and that makes me happy. And I'm happy. I'm proud of him. I'm really proud of him.
Well, it shows, Mr. Clark. But one final question. There was a story in the newspaper last week that you're considering perhaps leaving education. Is that true?
Yes, I've given due thought to the possibility of me leaving education, specifically Eastside High School, because I don't think much longer I can accept what I see in inner city education. I am most tired of seeing black and Hispanic youth in inner cities getting an inferior education, rendering them academically inferior to whites and Asians. I don't think I can tolerate that much longer, and I want to put myself in a position where maybe I can orchestrate a movement towards bringing about a resuscitation of that particular situation.
Mr. Clark, thank you for appearing with us on Live at 5, and good luck to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right, Eastside High School Principal Joe Clark from Paterson, New Jersey, and now Sue has a guest.
Check, thank you. It's being called the Bat...
Joe Clark, household name, cover of Time magazine, feature film, famous, and now furious about being dropped out of his own school because of a clash with the school board. It seems that Joe is taking the fall for a dance troupe which raised the temperature and blood pressure of the board members.
Come here, Annabelle. Come on, son, give me 5. That's it. Joe Clark is certainly not Mother Teresa.
No, he's not. But then again, if he was, he probably would not be the subject of this new hit film, Lean on Me.
I want all of you to look at this slovenly, sloppy boy here as an example of how not to dress.
Joe Clark is the bullhorn and baseball bat-toting principal of Paterson, New Jersey's Eastside High School. Clark made a national name for himself by his unorthodox methods for turning that school around. Now, Clark is in hot water with his Board of Education because while on a publicity tour for the movie, he approved of the performance of a dance troupe to perform in the school assembly. Men in G-strings in a high school auditorium, the risque nature of the dance raised more than a few eyebrows. Clark stood up and took the responsibility and a 5-day suspension from his duties. Once again, he is embroiled in controversy. The dancers say it's art, the school board says it's smut, and the kids, well, they're leaning on Joe Clark.
I think I've seen worse, and it was a good show, and I don't think he had any reason to close the curtains on it. It's not something that most of us haven't already seen.
Now, we thought, with all the heat about this latest Joe Clark controversy, maybe we should try to find out what other people thought about the dance performance. So we took dancer Wanda D and her male partners to Grand Central Station in New York City and asked whether this dance was so bad that Joe Clark deserved the boot.
Don't you dare touch the wheel. You hear? It's my tail. It's not for sale. You touch it, baby, you go to jail. Fail, you fail to produce because you got seduced by the sensational, sexy curves. Word, I rock your nerves or haven't you heard? I'm coming through your speakers, blowing. Just my voice, get your adrenaline flowing. Unmistakable, capable, and durable. Just like a disease, I'm incurable. Like a tick of a shark, I'm sharp.
He was just giving the kids the opportunity to see people expanding life itself. There's nothing wrong with it at all.
Treat it like a loved one. You're down and out and down. Don't be modest. Don't fear. I'm here to cut you to God. Don't stop, please.
I don't think it's right for children to see, really.
This beat's jumping. I'm not slumping. Open your ears and let me tell you something. It gets total respect like thunder. That's what you get from Wanda. I rage on the stage with stamina. You can hear the cheers from here to Canada dry. This soda, I love it. I place no other drink above it. Keeping you warm in the storm. I'm telling you on smooth bodies and form. That floats in the Atlantic. Damn it, on the Titanic. Like a captain, you went down with your ship. You lost grip, you slipped, you tripped, busted your lip. So don't mess with these powers. I possess Mother Nature. Don't be forgotten.
What if it came to my school? Hey, I think it give my school a great boost.
It's not right. I believe it's not right. Kids are kids. Adults are adults. So for adults, okay. Kids, they will get their chance.
Real Roxanne, Sweet Tea, and Shantae, what? They also help pay.
All right, that's the performance, and that's some of the public reaction. Now, what do you think? Well, we want to know your feelings, so here are the numbers to call to register your vote. If you feel Joe Clark should have been suspended for this dance controversy, call this number, 1-900-720-6101. 1-900-720-6101. If you think he didn't deserve to be suspended, then call this number and voice your no. 1-900-720-6102. 1-900-720-6102. Remember, each call costs 50 cents, and we'll bring you the results of that poll tomorrow night. We'll be right back after this. Now, yesterday we told you about the latest controversy involving the